Okay, saya NakJodoh Coach Zuhri. Welcome, selamat datang, selamat malam, good evening, and not good night. Don't leave. Kita baru nak start. Okay, so topik kita malam ni, kan? You've probably seen the movie What Women Want. I like that movie. Mel Gibson and Helen Hunt. And recently ada movie What Men Want. Not as good as What Women Want, but yeah. Anyway, we're not going to talk about movies tonight specifically. We are going to talk about what men want in order for him to decide to get married to you. Okay? We'll talk about what women want, and I'll present that to men someday. Okay? But why are you probably wondering, Ken, Zuri, why not you talk to men about what women want? Like, hold on, I'll talk to women first because women are less bodoh sombong. Right? Men are generally more bodoh sombong, tak nak belajar, tak tahu, takut, tak nak belajar. So women are more open, lagi humble, lagi willing to belajar, and in order to move forward. Okay? Right, kejap. Is this sound check? Are you okay? Alright. So Alhamdulillah, so I'm going to talk to orang yang nak belajar. Kalau orang yang tak nak belajar tu, kita kena approach differently. Of course, I'm going to talk to the men sebab ini dakwah. And okay. Wait. Yeah, sorry. Ada technical issue sikit. Okay, alright. So you can see me. Good, sound good. If don't sound good, tell me on social media, so because I can see it, insyaAllah. Okay, so Alhamdulillah. Thank you for joining. Selamat malam, good evening. Saya NakJodoh Coach Zuhri. Ingat, cinta diri, cinta mari. Okay, alright. Topik kita malam ini adalah what men want, okay, in order for him to get married. Apa benda yang dia kena confident, apa benda yang dia rasa dia kena ready. And sebab, you probably heard of so many excuses and all this, yes. Okay, so kita tengok video ni dulu. This person I'm going to show you is a dating coach. I have to make it very clear. He is a dating coach, yes, but not specifically the halal taaruf teknik yang dia ajar. Dia ajar ikut cara dia lah, kan? Cara his understanding. And hello, Assalamualaikum. Thank you for joining. You're welcome. Know thyself. I like that tagline. Okay, so this guy, Matt Boggs, he's one of the better ones. Why? Because he is actually married. He's a dating coach, relationship coach that's married. Different from Matthew Hussey. He's a relationship coach. Tapi he's single, broke up and single and never married, not yet married. No news of him getting married. Okay. Pelik lah. I find it very weird. Kan? Kalau I bagi tips nak kurus, you nak dengar tak cakap I? Tak kan? Kan? Apa abang tembam ni bagi tips kurus? You nak dengar tak? Tak. There's no credibility. Betul tak? Okay? And for example, this dating coach, he's married. Alhamdulillah, they look alright. And there's some credibility there. But disclaimer, he's not Muslim. And dia tak faham ilmu ta'aruf. Dia tak practice ilmu ta'aruf. And my background, I kahwin, Alhamdulillah, cara ta'aruf. Guna ilmu ta'aruf. Nasib baik kawan I ajar I macam mana nak ta'aruf. Okay. And then I've coached help my clients untuk berta'aruf dengan halal. Alhamdulillah, so many have married now. Some have more kids than I do. Alhamdulillah, happy to see that. Of course, I scouting my clients punya Facebook, tengok dia orang dah beranak pinak, and I'm so happy. So it's like, macam can't help but feeling a bit of pride. It's like, I had something to do with matchmaking your parents. Because, you know why? Because it is my vision. It is the vision that I have. The vision. It's not just I'm doing this for, it's just macam, people need help jodoh and that's it. I tolong jodohkan lah. But it is a bigger than that. The vision that I have is bigger than that. Why? It's simply just bigger than that. It's not just me helping you. It's me having the vision of, okay, let me just tell you my vision. Okay, bismillah. My vision adalah untuk menzahirkan generasi akan datang yang soleh dan solehah, yang mendoakan jannah ibu bapa mereka dengan menjodohkan ibu bapa mereka dengan ta'aruf yang halal. That's my vision. That's the vision. And alhamdulillah, my wife is very supportive of it. All right. And okay, it's not just me helping you and you cari jodoh. It's short term. That is short term. Kita nak lahirkan generasi, nak tolong you cari jodoh dengan ta'aruf yang halal supaya you melahirkan, menzahirkan anak-anak yang solehan solehah. Kalau tak setuju, tak apa. You don't have to follow me. That is the vision. I nak you cari calon jodoh dengan ta'aruf yang halal and melahirkan anak-anak yang soleh dan solehah yang dan mendoakan jannah you. Kan? Anak-anak yang soleh solehah, doakan you untuk ke jannah. Doakan Allah, kan? Your children lah, kan? And also of course my children juga nak lahir anak-anak kita jadi soleh dan solehah. So that's my vision. Nak menzahirkan generasi yang akan datang yang soleh solehah, yang mendoakan jannah untuk ibu bapa mereka dengan membantu ibu bapa mereka dijodohkan dengan ta'aruf yang halal. That's my vision. Alright? It's not just the romantic short term. Tak. Dan ini juga pesanan Nabi. Kalau nak kahwin, fikir dari segi amanah yang kita ada untuk anak-anak kita. Ya. Kita nak anak kita to have good parents. So you pilih from that angle. You cari calon jodoh you from that angle. Kalau you want to find someone yang gila-gila, yang not practicing, it's up to you. I'm just sharing with you apa yang I belajar from fiqh-fiqh, kursus-kursus agama, kursus-kursus kahwin. Not just kursus kahwin yang dimandatkan oleh kerajaan. I've gone to so many other Islamic courses, kahwin courses, sebelum I kahwin, kan? Just to prepare myself to get ready for marriage. So many courses. Masa tu tak ada calon pun, but I still go. Sebab, I wanted to equip myself and ada ilmu supaya insyaAllah I boleh amal. Ilmu dan amal. Ilmu tanpa amal itu sia-sia, amal tanpa ilmu itu binasa. So, one of the biggest things that people are doing nowadays, sebab orang kecundang, adalah amal tanpa ilmu. Dating, kan? Lepas tu, tapi tak ada ilmu betul, tapi kecundang. Sebab tu kecundang. So, I do feel when I coach the sisters on our coaching sessions, I do feel the devastation, I feel the disappointment that she goes through, that these sisters have gone through, because they are trying, but unfortunately, they tersilap target and cara tu tak tepat. Kalau tepat, alhamdulillah, tak heartbreak macam tu, okay? And that's what I'm trying to do, to make sure you aim at the right target in the right way and aim fast, okay? Sniper, bukan macam tembak semua, okay? And you can, of course, you can dapat ilmu from everywhere. Share Google, you can always just Google ilmu cari jodoh dan sebagainya. It's just that my difference is I come from a background where I'm a psychologist and I tukang cari jodoh, and I pun cari jodoh melalui ta'aruf yang halal. So that's the difference between me and a lot of different ilmu jodoh out there, okay? And dia macam ni lah. Dating coach kat luar tu ramai gila. There were so many dating coaches out there, but not halal. Very few dating advisor yang Islamic, very few, I'll name very good ones that I always follow and learn. Sheikh Nasir Jangda, Sheikh Yahya Ibrahim, Sheikh Bilal Ismail, my friend Aiman Azlan, Professor Muhaya. Okay, so but good, very. You should listen to them and learn from them. Okay, and just that my difference between the people I learn from is my experience menjodohkan orang yang just sebagai tukang cari jodoh lah. I'm a matchmaker since 2015. Alright, cool. 2015, 2014. Started 2014, 2015 started getting results. Why? Kenapa setahun? Yeah, well, of course, people tak nikah terus the next day. It's not, it takes about a year for us to find out that diorang dah nikah. Kan? And klien-klien saya yang dah kahwin tu tapi tak bagi tahu saya, please let me know. I just want to know that, what the impact I'm giving you. Okay, bukan I nak nasi minyak tu pun. Okay, I'm not asking you to name your children after me. Tak. Just let me know that you dah kahwin because I helped you. Okay? Alright, thank you. Alright, kita topik malam ini, this is Mattbox, Mattboggs. This is his wife. And I'm going to play the video and pause and comment things that I agree with, I don't agree with, and things that you should do and you shouldn't do in order to point out things that men want, things that men need in order for him to be convinced untuk berkahwin. Okay? Alright. Kita start the video. Bismillah.
Special guest to share with you today. This is my amazing wife, Irene Boggs.
Hey, hi everybody, and this is Matt Boggs.
Hey. Buffering.
Thank you for that. And so I want to share with you a principle about a need that men have in order to commit and give themselves to a relationship. And at the end of this video, we're going to do a couples challenge that we will find out whether or not we are in sync and how in sync we are. So stay to the end to watch that couples challenge. But I wanted to bring this video to you because my journey, whether or not you know our journey, we've been married 9 years, and there was a point at which we broke up because we weren't sure, I wasn't sure, quite frankly, I wasn't sure whether or not I wanted to commit. And this woman did something amazing that helped me get clarity around what I really wanted. And so I thought, well, I could share with you what it is she did, but why not actually bring her, because she's the master, she's the one who did it, and have her tell you exactly what she did.
Okay, two things. Pause and comment. Two things. Pertama, the brilliance behind Taaruf Halal is actually my wife. Okay, and she's actually the brains behind this. I systemized it, I coded it, I break it down in order to make it easy for you to practice. Yeah? And sometimes the other day I asked my wife, hey, how come you decided so quickly, to nak kahwin, kan? For her it was easy because she already had that confidence and certainty, the clarity, which is 1, faith in Allah. 2, she's already done her due diligence. 3, tawakal. Those are one of the top 3 things that she did. And it was easy for her. But for a lot of other people, it has to be broken down and explained how to have faith in Allah, how to love yourself, how to accept yourself first, how to filter out the red flags, to know the red flags orang tu macam mana, how if you are your own red flags, kan, how you are ready. So that's why I'm sharing di malam-malam ni, to break it down to you from experience of sebagai my own personal experience dapat kahwin melalui taaruf yang halal, dan sebagai from stories of my clients juga. And so 2 points. That was point 1. Point 2, this couple, Mattbox, that's their lifestyle. They dated a long distance, 2 years off and on. And one of the things I wanted to point out tonight is, of course, ta'aruf, there's no dating per se. Okay, we have a very specific way on how to kenal and interview and filter out orang yang kita tak nak, and so we don't waste time orang yang kita tak nak dan tak nak kita. Okay, jangan, what's the phrase, just orang yang nak kita lah, kan. Don't waste time with orang yang tak nak kita. Dia tak nak, sudah, biar dia belah. Okay, jangan menangguk. Is that the phrase? Jangan tunggulah orang yang tak nak kita. Don't wait, because you're gonna grow old. You're not. This is a phrase yang my clients guna, which is I'm not getting any younger. So I need to decide. Show me how to decide. I help my clients to decide. I don't decide for them. Okay? Please make that very clear. I help them decide. I give them the insight, the experience, what to do, what not to do, what to consider, what to ask, how to interview, so you can make your decisions faster. I help you on how to decide. You decide. And I help you not to waste time because no one is getting any younger according to my client. All right. So I'm not saying that you are old. No, I'm saying my clients sendiri mengaku cakap, I'm not getting any younger, Zuhri. So how do I find the right one? I'm talking to this guy, but he's we're talking already for months. It's not going anywhere. So apply my technique, which is will be shared on another day. So let's talk about this guy first. Okay, kita tak percaya dating. Islamically, there's no such thing as dating, like going out, dating, fornication, blah blah blah. We don't do that. It's not our Islamic values. Okay, so sambung video.
So we've been dating long distance for about 8 months. I was in Oregon, you were in
Southern California.
And so talking, traveling, hanging out, and at 8 months I decided, you know what? I'm ready to dive in. I'm ready to find out whether or not this is gonna work. Let's be in the same town. Let's go on real dates, not just have romantic weekends together, but let's have a rhythm to our date.
Yeah. Yes.
So you drove up, or you flew up actually. We packed my stuff, my apartment. We drove down in a U-Haul truck.
Yes.
Moved my stuff down. I got a little apartment somewhat near you, and we started dating. And how long have we been dating when you started to see some red flags?
I'd say it was about 2 to 2.5 years that we started dating until that moment.
And what was the red flag?
Where the conversation or the language that was being.
See, usually to my clients pun, I ask them to see what are the red flags, benda-benda yang you kena awasi. Dia takut, one, kalau especially nowadays, online dating kan, nak tahu mana sama ada itu scammer, whether that the person is saying who they really are, their identity is real kan, and whether they're going to ghost you, apakah tanda-tanda dia akan ghost you, how to know that they're serious, and those are examples of red flags. Kita tak nak, my goal is tak nak you kecundang. Okay, right.
Used coming from you was your stuff, my stuff. It wasn't necessarily ours. So I wasn't seeing any futurization, any future ideas about us together.
Yeah. So I had really, she was feeling me pull back, because I wasn't talking about future ideas. I wasn't talking about where we would be in 2 years and vacations we want to plan and all that.
Yeah.
And you really felt me pull back because I was having some doubts. Now let me share with you what the doubts were, because it's kind of interesting. I had this belief that I needed to be 100% certain if I was going to marry someone. And we've been together 2.5 years, and I didn't have 100% certainty. There was still some small doubts, like, oh, what if it doesn't work out? And what if we get married, even though it's great? What if we get married and then later it doesn't work out? And so,
pause, comment. Can you quantify what is 100% sure? Can you quantify what is 100% ready? Can you put a quantification on that again? Oh, I'm not ready. I'm not 100% ready. If you're feeling that way, can you put it in numbers? It's difficult, isn't it? It's a confidence, it's a feeling. It's actually mainly about preparation, and being ready is a feeling. How do you be ready is how you become ready is by preparing. For example, you're a Olympian. You're an Olympian. You you dah on your mark. Yeah, nak lari. You're a sprinter at the Olympics. You nak lari, you get on your mark. Okay, and then the person yang nak tembak tu cakap ready, set, go kan. Ready, set, go. Wait, hold on, I'm not ready. And you tengok that guy cakap, I'm gonna fire this gun. It's like, I'm not ready. So what have you been doing all this while? Haven't you been preparing? What are you doing on this track? Kan? Haven't you prepared? You prepare. Ready is when you're on the mark to set and go. Then you're ready. But you prepare beforehand. What the sprinter did has been preparing for, however long they have been preparing, and maybe years and years, to prepare for that one moment in time. One moment in time to sprint and run all their might. Okay? So it is ready, it's just a feeling. It is a feeling. And be careful when you're waiting for a feeling yang ready, because biasanya bila nak feel ready ni ada gangguan. Because my sheikh told me, dia cakap when a person wants to get married, syaitan will rise from his throne and try to stop it. Itu juga mungkin gangguan, not feeling ready itu mungkin juga gangguan dari syaitan. So how to overcome that is beristighfar, minta doa ke Allah untuk melindungi kita dan kuatkan niat kita nak kahwin kerana Allah. Okay, so alright, so ready is a feeling. How to feel ready is preparation, like the sprinter. And feeling ready itu biawak, I sometimes call it biawak kan, orang tak cakap, oh syaitan takutlah. Okay, alright, so but it is what it is. Alright, it is what it is. Syaitan akan ganggu orang yang berniat nak berkahwin. Kenapa? Sebab berkat berkahwin terlampau besar. Syaitan pun takut kan kita nak kahwin. So dan syaitan dah promise untuk menyesatkan anak-anak Adam. Betul tak? Itu janji syaitan. Kan? Dia dah promise untuk menyesatkan anak-anak Adam. Alright? So macam mana dia buat? So things like messaging of dating, fornication, movies like He's Just Not Into You, and Friends with Benefits, what other, Crazy Stupid Love. Those kind of expectations are bad messaging. Essentially, those are messaging yang menyesatkan expectation kita daripada kita purely nak berkahwin kerana Allah. Kan? The sincerity nak berkahwin kerana Allah, that corrupts our niat and our method of nak kahwin. Okay? So, istighfar. Minta Allah bagi pelindungan. Alright? Right, sambung.
Because I had some small doubts, just having any doubts at all with the belief I had to have certainty, that little doubt created massive doubt. Well, I've got some doubts, so therefore it must not be right. Do you see what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like I had major doubts, but the fact that I had any doubt was the major doubt, because I didn't have 100% certainty. Which is funny because, I interviewed America's Greatest Marriages, and some of them had 100% certainty, and some of them had some doubts, and it was just a mixture. Everyone's different. Everyone has their own journey. But I really began to kind of pull away and feel this doubt, and there was something that you did that was a pivotal, game-changing moment in our relationship. Like, you were done. You weren't willing to move forward with me in that state. And so what was it that you did?
Okay, so one of the most important thing that you need to observe, notice, and ambil iktibar from this lady, his wife, okay, very much similar to my wife. She is confident. She knows what she wants and she knows what she doesn't want. She's not going to tolerate any BS or wasting more of her time. So ladies, observe her confidence and her certainty. Okay, observe her confidence and her certainty.
I remember calling you one day and just saying, okay, look, I'm noticing your language is yours, it's mine. There's a level of separation. There isn't like this togetherness, this oneness. I really want to move forward with somebody who wants a life together. And I would love to find that person. And truthfully, if it's not you, well, maybe we should just go our own ways. And inside, I was shaking, like my entire body was just, don't leave me.
Wow.
But at the same time, I was like, you know what?
Yeah, because that's not the energy you were putting forth.
If this isn't for us, then why are we continuing? We've been together for 2.5 years. And at this point, I think there should be some solid knowledge on, I want to move forward with you. Otherwise, what are we doing?
And
So that's exactly it. So many times, I know I've said this so many times, I know, okay, but I see a lot of new names coming up, joining, and a lot more yang tak biasa join. Alhamdulillah, we have new viewers. Thank you for allowing me to do dakwah jodoh. Okay, so usually, sorry, I'm working, sayang. Okay, that's probably my daughter asking me to change her diaper. Yep, half an hour. Okay, so every day I get messages every day, Isnin, Selasa, Rabu, Khamis, Jumaat, Sabtu, Ahad. Messages tanya, oh saya ada berkenalan dengan si Fulani setahun, 2 tahun, tapi dia tak ready nak kahwin, dia tak nak masuk Minang, dia cakap asyik nak kumpul duit. Ada je a variety and permutations of excuses and slowness and last basically, and then what usually happens is tak jadi, dia kahwin orang lain. And then my client ni, the ladies yang tanya ni cakap, what did I do wrong? What? Because you didn't put your foot down. You didn't put your foot down. Kan? You didn't put your foot down. You should have shown more respect to yourself first. That you're not gonna take this BS from anyone and don't waste your life. Okay? And respect yourself first. You know what you want, what you want, when, how you want it. Okay? Be clear on that. You nak berkenalan ni, tujuan niat dia apa? Kan? Niat dia apa? Berkenalan ni sebab niat nak bincang pasal berkahwin. Okay, so kita kenalan taaruf. We ask each other's question, interview, kenal sama ada kita sekufu, compatible or not. Itu niat nak kahwin. Okay, of course, niat nak kahwin kerana Allah lah. Ni tujuan nak kahwin ni kerana apa, kan? And then set the deadline. Kita nak perkenalan ni berapa lama? Sebulan, okay? 3 bulan, 6 bulan, setahun. Contoh, okay? I tak recommend lama-lama, nanti you tertaruh harapan that person. Alright? Me and my wife, sebulan je, through email, and the email I CC her mom. And then she gave me an ultimatum, right? After 1 month emailing each other, and she said, okay, I think we've gotten to know each other enough. If you're serious, talk to my father. This is his number. Latest by end of the month. And if you don't call him, we will go separate ways. No hard feelings. Just move on. You see what she did? My wife did. She knows what she wants, how she wanted, and by when. She gave a definite deadline by the end of that month, the end of June. So, kalau serious, this is the next step. Call to action, next step. Nak, call her father. Tak nak, blah. Move on. Alright? Don't waste her time. That shows me she loves herself. That shows me she respects herself. And me as a guy, I feel macam, I can't mess around with this woman. She respects herself and she knows what she wants. Aku tak boleh main-main dengan perempuan ni, kan? She knows exactly what she has that clarity, how she wants it, when she wants it, by when. And so tujuan pun dah clear. And alright? Clarity. And of course lah, you rasa macam, most ladies cakap their concern is kalau dia tak nanti she put her foot down, nanti that guy lari. My response is, dia tak serious. He's going to play around with you and dia akan lari eventually. Okay? So put your foot down, be clear with what you want, and kalau dia nak lari, biar dia lari. Tak serius, dia lari. Kalau tak serius, dia akan lari juga eventually. When you put your foot down, he will respect you. Alright? Your martabat sebagai wanita, you have to jaga. Okay? Well, and why are you waiting for this guy, kan, abang ni, to wait, to tell you to respect, love yourself? Ladies, please, I selalu cakap, dalam Al-Quran ada surah An-Nisa, pasal wanita, tak ada surah Al-Jantan. Kan? Your martabat sebagai seorang muslimah ni sangat tinggi. You should value yourself more. Kan? A lot of you are very high value, high career, highly educated, highly intelligent, but you don't look at yourself that way. Learn to love yourself. And one of the part of the coaching that I do with the sisters in the group is love yourself first. And love yourself by loving Allah. Love yourself by respecting yourself. How you communicate with yourself. How you sopan dengan diri sendiri. Tak maki diri sendiri dulu. Kan? Cakap dengan diri sendiri itu in a respectable, constructive way. Okay? Alright. So, self-love, remember? Okay, so observe her self-love and her certainty. Of course lah, nervous sikit, kan? It's normal to feel a bit nervous.
Mentioned that you called and said, I want to have a conversation with you, and then you came over to the house. You were sitting on my couch in my apartment. And you're like, look, and so this was not a phone conversation. This was in person. And what struck me the most, and a couple things I want to highlight that you did that were just really powerful, is when you sat down and you were grounded, you were calm, you were confident, you were at peace. It's like you had already made peace with us breaking up.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's how I felt.
Yes, my energy was absolutely what you described.
Like unattached.
Yeah.
See that word, unattached. Dia tak menaruh harapan. So the problem is usually when dating lama-lama, menaruh harapan lama-lama. So kalau you mungkin takut ditinggalkan sebab you dah taruh harapan with that particular person. Yeah? The objective of Taaruf is you tak invest emosi you sebelum nikah. Sebelum nikah jangan invest emosi you. Okay? Supaya tidak menaruh harapan. Tengok, she is so confident that dia macam nak, tak apa, tak nak, sudah, kan? And I can marry anyone, but someone I value, someone who knows what he wants, okay? You might be asking, hey, aren't you supposed to talk about what men want? Yes, this is what men wants. Clarity, confidence to marry you because you are confident with yourself. This is what men want, what men need to help decide to marry you. This is the point. Gang. Okay, sambung.
Yeah, because I thought, the outcome could be either way. It could be, yes, I want to be with you. Or it could also be, you know what, I don't know what I want, and this is it. So I had to be prepared either way.
And you knew what you wanted.
I totally knew what I wanted. I wanted to be with somebody who loved me so much, just as much as I love them. I have a life together. That's what I was looking for. I wanted somebody who was in it to win it.
And notice that I want somebody. She didn't say me. So in this moment, excuse me, she didn't say, man, I want you and I want you to be this way. I want you to feel this way. She was unattached to me at that point. And she was, look, but you did affirm your love for me, because I remember you saying, look, I love you.
Yes.
And if it can work out with you and me, I would love that because I love you. But if it doesn't, if you choose something else, I will be okay.
Yeah.
You said, I will be okay, and I will go find somebody who loves me just as much as I love them.
Yes.
Pause, comment. You see how she demonstrated her self-value, okay? What do men want? Woman that values herself. Would you think men want low-value women? Tak. Men want high-value women. How? She demonstrated that she has value. Macam you pergi kedai, contoh, metafora. You pergi cakit, you nak beli handbag tiruan, kan? You boleh negotiate. Benda tu dia letak, pernah beli Rolex watch kat cakit, kan? Dia letak harga 150. I cakap, what? No, RM30. Oh, mana boleh, bla bla bla, kan? RM30. And then, it's okay, I'm fine. I walk away. Okay, come back. Okay lah, RM30. The value of that thing is probably RM2 to him. Yeah. But he wanted the sale. He was desperate. I knew what I wanted, RM30. Alright. Imagine if I pergi kedai Coach handbag nak beli a handbag for my wife. Contoh. It's like benda tu 3,000, I minta RM30. Dia macam, sure dia tengok I pelik, betul tak? So because the jurujual Coach tu, the sales girl dekat Coach tu, dia cakap she knows the value of that thing. Other people knows the value of that handbag. Why is this idiot asking for RM30 for a Coach handbag? Betul tak? Kan? So, value, know the value, know your value. You have high value, but you don't realize it, you don't demonstrate it. That's one of the problem. Yeah? And man, if you don't demonstrate your value, you value yourself, then man wouldn't want that. It goes vice versa lah, bukan hanya lelaki. You nak low value man tak? Or you want high value man? You want a man yang tak ada tujuan hidup? Atau you want a man yang ada wawasan, yang working towards it, yang berakhlak, beragama? What do you want? You know, high value or low value? Of course you want high value, betul tak? Okay. Sambung.
And that was really powerful to hear, because it's interesting. Sometimes when we love somebody and we're trying to figure out should we move forward or not, the guilt of the pain we might cause, the anticipated guilt of the pain we might cause them if we break up with them, clouds the judgment. And so I was like,
Definitely.
I couldn't see my way clear, because part of it was, I don't want to hurt her. I love her so much. If I don't say yes, then it's just going to crush her. And am I staying because I feel guilty? Am I staying because I want to stay? You know, all of that. And so for you to say, I will be okay, freed me from that guilt or anticipated guilt and helped me see my way clear to what I wanted. You gave me a timeline.
I did.
Timeline. I say that again and again. Timeline. Kita taaruf ni nak kenal berapa lama, kan? Berapa lama? Kalau sebulan tak on, you don't want to kahwin, you're not serious, not sure, something about me you don't like, or something about you I don't like, we go separate ways. Katakan, 30th of September contoh, okay? Dah kenal, okay, you dah set tujuan. Tujuan nak kahwin adalah untuk berbincang pasal perkahwinan. Alright. Set timeline, cakap 30 September, kalau I don't get back to you by then, after 30th September, meaning it's off, automatic off. You tak payah say no. I know women especially susah nak cakap no. Asian women specifically, okay, susah nak cakap no. So use that timeline as an automatic no. Cakap kat dia, kalau after 30th of September, I tak call you balik, meaning no. And vice versa. Make that verbal agreement clear. Kalau boleh return, boleh lah kot. But probably you wouldn't do that. Verbal agreement. 30 hari bulan, September, we don't get back to each other, it's a no from me. If I don't get back to you, that's a no from me. Okay? Tak. So you can move on. You can move on to the next calon. You don't waste time with this person because you takut to say no. You don't waste time with this person sebab you tak tahu value sendiri, you tak tahu value that guy. Okay? You tak interview dia betul-betul. So, that timeline is very important. And the problem with dating is, you dating bertahun-tahun and then last break up, dia kahwin orang lain. Dia tak kahwin you. I'm sorry for putting it so casually. I know has happened to a lot of people. Men too. Happen to men too. Okay? And I don't mean to say that casually. That is the description of that situation. Berdating bertahun-tahun, 8-10 tahun, last break up, dia kahwin orang lain. That is what usually happens. Happens a lot. I think you know someone, at least someone who's been in that situation. Maybe, I'm not talking about you lah, but someone you know intimately. Maybe you see this person in the mirror occasionally. Okay? But not you. Someone you know very, very well. Alright? Okay. Timeline. Very important. Why? So you don't waste time. You're not getting any younger. Huh?
What did you say?
I said, you know what? I heard a story. They took 3 days, and their version of what they were going through, completely different. And I was like, well, you've got 3 days. Figure it out. You've got 3 days. And then when we talk,
Drop the hammer. 3 days.
yeah, get into it with yourself and let's talk. And after that,
And there's a part of me that felt that was unfair. We've been together 2.5 years. I get 3 days to figure out what I want.
Okay, my wife gave me about 2 weeks. I think she gave me 2 weeks. Yeah, about 2 weeks to figure out whether I want to talk to her father or not. Okay, she gave me 2 weeks. In that last email, cakap, okay, this is my father, his phone number. Kalau serius nak sambung perbincangan, talk to my father. This is his phone number. She gave me 2 weeks, and I took the whole 2 weeks. Kesian isteri I, dia macam tengah gabra 2 weeks tu kan, yes or no. So I asked her, hey, that 2 weeks, how are you feeling? Mestilah gabra kan. So, but I needed to be sure. I appreciate the time to think. Tak kacau, tak communicate. Dia tak sibuk tanya, nak ke tak, nak ke tak. 2 weeks, you go do whatever you need to do. Think whatever you need to think. Pergi fishing ke Kejadah, kan? And to think. Different men have different ways of thinking out loud. Or thinking, 2 weeks. Every day bangun pagi fikir, 2 weeks. For these 2 weeks, I fikir, nak ke tak? Should I call her father? Kan? And then, that is the time to do istiqarah and istisharah. And istisharah is consult with your family and friends, people who care about you. Istiqarah is to seek for his guidance. And istiqarah is a totally video on its own. We'll discuss that another day, inshallah. Alright? So, give him time. Macam I beli Rolex tipu tu lah. Macam, I don't need it, I'll walk away. That time, let him think. Dia nak jual murah ke I ke tak, kan? So, give the guy time to think. That's important. A man wants time to think. And at the same time, he's thinking, this woman values herself. That's how you demonstrate your value to this guy. If you, kalau macam every few days call dia, katakan my wife, contoh lah, if she did, every few days she email me, nak ke tak. What message would I get? A message I would get is she's desperate and pushy and bossy, and a man needs time to think. Yes, a man wants time to think, and she basically 2 weeks. If her father doesn't hear from me, then she moves her own way, I move my way. Right? So, give a man time to think.
And
we've been together for 2.5 years. At that point, I thought,
I thought to myself, how am I going to figure this out in 3 days? I've been months thinking about it. And I came to discover something, and that is that time doesn't deliver clarity. Depth delivers clarity. So she put the pressure on me, which was what I needed in that moment, to go deep. And I went deep and really asked myself the tough questions, really challenged some preconceptions that I had that, well, if I have a little bit of doubt, does that mean this isn't going to work out? Does that mean that we're doomed?
Pause comment. Time and depth. Yes, also true. But like I mentioned just now, what gives clarity is istisharah and then istiqarah. All right. That's how you consult to get clarity. Istisharah dan istiqarah. And how, let's say, tak cukup information. Well, that 1 month, contoh myself, was that 1 month I asked everything I needed to ask and everything I needed to understand. So I've made so many videos about, things to ask your calon jodoh. And please go back a few videos. I think I've made like 7 videos on just soalan nak tanya jodoh. It's like things that cover like how do you practice your faith, what are your feelings towards romanticism, your medical health, your character, are you your career, family, do you want me to quit my job, children, in-laws, and spouse, conflict management. Watch those my past videos, yeah. InsyaAllah that will give you clarity. Tu kena tanya, and in one of the message comment, I said that, okay, ladies ask a lot of questions. Good. How come you're not asking the other important question, like polygamy? If this concerns you, ask it. Ask this question. Polygamy. Okay ke tak? What are the conditions? Can? It's up to you. Okay? So ask those questions. Kang you assume, assumptions are dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Okay? Don't assume anything. Ask. You terfikir apa-apa, write it down, ask. Boleh? Alright. So that's the purpose of Taaruf, to get to know each other. Ask each other's questions, interview each other, so you get clarity. Alright? Ask everything you need to know. Because this is not just your marriage, it's your children's parenting as well. It's your jannah, your children's jannah, insyaAllah. And keredaan Allah is bigger than you think. It's not just you and him. Tak. It's much bigger. Ask everything you need to ask. Get that clarity. Okay. Sambung.
I really blew that paradigm apart and thinking, no, a shred of doubt is, there were lots of couples I interviewed that had some doubt when they got married or wasn't 100% certain, but all the big rocks lined up. All the most important things lined up, and they made their decision based on that and faith. So
Faith.
Say, you know what, there's
Faith.
a reason we're together, there's a reason I feel this way, there's a reason I want this, and to move forward. And what's funny is now, actually, almost a decade later, I have friends that told me before they got married, they were 100% certain, not a shred of doubt, and today they're divorced. So 100% certainty doesn't mean no divorce, or a little bit of doubt doesn't mean you will get divorced. Everybody's got their own journey. But the message I want you to take away from this is that time doesn't give someone clarity. Depth gives you clarity. Your willingness to go deep, your willingness to ask the tough questions and to really look at some stuff. And so at the end of and you gave me that gift. You gave me that.
Pause comment. He mentioned faith. Faith is faith in Allah. That's first and foremost important. Kan? You nak lembutkan hati diri sendiri, nak lembutkan hati si fulan, of course you minta ke Allah to do that. Ya, yang jaga hati, yang boleh melembutkan hati kita. That was this, I know a guy, and this is what I told him lah. How to decide to get married. Firstly is nak kahwin kerana Allah, and do your due diligence and put your faith in Allah. Unfortunately, cakap, I don't believe in putting faith in Allah. You use logic, blah blah blah. Yeah, logic, due diligence is the logic part. Faith is the other important half. Obviously, he's not married yet. Cause, okay, I'm sorry, I'm sedih kawan tak kahwin because he doesn't want or doesn't know how to put faith in Allah. For some reason, really sad. All right, so continue. Right, sambung. So faith in Allah is very important to make you to bagi. Sometimes you have all the information, but you tak minta ke Allah, tak sampai juga kan kalau Allah tak bagi, kan?
I give because of your willingness to do your own work of grounding yourself, being unattached as much as you could to the outcome.
Sure.
And knowing that whatever is going to happen, it was going to work out for you and the best, and that will work out for me and the best. And you shared with me your preference that it would be us, but you were unattached. That was such a huge gift. When we talk about what a man needs in order to commit, he needs the freedom to not commit. In order to commit, he needs the freedom to not have to commit.
What a man wants to decide to marry you, make sure he wants to marry you that he thinks it's his own decision, his decision to marry you, not because he's being forced or coerced or cajoled or bamboozled or pressured by you or his family, your family. It's his decision, his own accord. He decides that he wants to commit or he doesn't want to commit. His decision. Okay, no one else's. So give him the time to decide to marry you on his own accord. That's what a man wants, that's what a man needs. I think it goes both ways. Not just 100% man macam ni lah. I think women need that too. And tak siapa yang nak dipaksa atau suka dipaksa untuk kahwin. Okay, sambung.
The freedom to choose, what do I really want here? And that kind of freedom, that can only come when you come from a place of true faith that you know that whatever happens is going to work out for the best. Incredibly powerful. Incredibly powerful. So after 3 days, I was like, I'm in. Let's do this. Let's jump in. Let's take the risk. Let's see how this goes and create something amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday we celebrated 9 years together.
Yes. Married.
Married. 9 years married.
Yeah.
We've been together 13 years.
Yes, correct. That's correct.
13 years. So thank you.
Thank
For the
you.
amazing woman you are and for being just so strong and so courageous in that moment to speak your truth. Because had you not done that, I don't know where we'd be sitting today.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thank you. Thank you. for this.
Pause comment. Okay, so before I met my wife, I was in sort of a taaruf with another lady lah kan. So she called me and said, Zuhri, I want to get to know you for the purpose of nak kenalan, taaruf kenalan, nak bincang pasal kahwin. And I thought, I answered, okay, sure, let's try it out. And then that was that conversation. I think 6 months later, she called me, hey Zuhri, you nak ke tak ni? It's like, so I was fumbling, and she said, tak kot. You know what went wrong with that one? Again, it's because there was no timeline, there was no actual interview, no serious questions were asked, no, the niat dah ada, kan? Niat dah ada, yes. Tapi timeline tak ada. So after 6 months, she called and marah. Zuhri, you nak ke tak ni? It's like, because we are sort of, we're friends. Okay, we're friends. And you nak ke tak ni? It's like, tak kot. So it's like, because I didn't have information, she didn't have information about me. Tak interview, tak soal jawab. Kan? We don't know each other's isi hati. No timeline. And importantly, no timeline. And yeah, even though I know her parents like me so far, at that time. And but it wasn't done as optimum or as accurately as possible. Kan? Macam senang cakap macam ni lah. Kan? If you have you gone archery kan? Archery contoh. Sorry, on Telegram you can't see my hands. So macam when you want to shoot that target, kan? You want to shoot that target. Let me shoot this. You want to shoot that target, kan? This is the bullseye, contoh. This is the bullseye, kan? Kalau you veer sikit, just a little bit, it goes way off. Tak kena pun target people tu. But if you try to hit the bullseye but not accurately, kan? Tak tepat, kena paper tu tapi not bullseye. So it takes a bit of coaching, I think, to go on that bullseye. Alhamdulillah, the people I've coached and helped to cari jodoh, yang serious nak kahwin, first and foremost, yang serious nak belajar, I helped them get bullseye. Alright, so not to boast, I was a sharpshooter, not with archery but with handgun 9mm, and so there is a very, very strong lesson for me personally, because when we're about to shoot that handgun, kan, the focus it requires, you just blank out everything and just think of the mind's eye is just that bullseye. So the mind's eye is just on that bullseye, and the technique, of course, it takes practice, but then squeeze the trigger. Don't pull, squeeze, and let go of your breath. Anyway, I'm not talking about handguns, but the training helped, alhamdulillah. All right, so unfortunately, I didn't use that training because in that failed taaruf, because I did know taaruf accurately. But alhamdulillah, my friend taught me ilmu Taaruf, and alhamdulillah my wife knew how to work it and how to handle a man, all right? Handle what man wants. And eventually I will get her in front of the camera one day when the kids are asleep early. Okay, I can get her in front of the camera when the kids are sleeping early. So ilmu yang tepat, ilmu yang tepat, ya. You can ask all the Syekh Google on Google. Boleh, tak salah. You ask all the Sheikhs on Google yang Islamic. Okay, jangan tanya Matthew Hassi, jangan tanya Matt Box, tanya Sheikh. Like I mentioned the name of the Sheikh just now, yang Islamic lah, kan? Sheikh Islam. So yes, but when I say accurately, is from a specific experience as a matchmaker. I know, alhamdulillah, what works and what doesn't work. Whether you're wasting your time, what's not wasting your time. What's a red flag, what's a green light. That's the difference. Matchmaker experience. Experience, not theory. Not theory. Experience. I tell you how to hit the bullseye. Right? Okay, so kita sambung sikit lagi video ni.
Acknowledgement.
So, as I promised in the beginning of this video, we've got a challenge, a couples challenge that we're going to share with you in a moment. But first, take a moment and get subscribed to this channel. If this video resonated with you, every week we release videos that empower you.
Okay, so the video dah habis. Alright, so Allahu Azim. And alright, so I hope you've benefited on to gain insight of what men want. I'm not telling you things like, oh, dia suka durian cendol apa. No, hold on. First, start with you. You know what you want, okay? You have to love yourself first. I say this all the time. Love yourself first. Respect yourself first. Remind yourself you're awesome. That's why I give this homework. I know it's difficult. It's called Tulis Surat Cinta to Yourself. It's one of the hardest things for someone to do, to tell themselves they're awesome. And it starts with you. Yeah? You want someone to love you? You love yourself first. Kan? And bila you love yourself, someone who will yang love themselves and can love you will gravitate towards you, and you will minta doa dengan Allah in a more grateful way instead of us cakap Allah, ya Allah, I'm lonely, kenapa aku macam ni, kenapa aku cundang, kenapa aku macam ni, tak, you know. Don't. When you love yourself, it's typo changing time. Yeah. Sat. When you love yourself, and you're grateful. You're grateful to Allah to have what you have. Gratitude. Syukur. And if you see my other videos, yang topik dia STIMZ, STIMZ, S tu maksudnya syukur. Syukur dahulu. Start with syukur. And it's so important. We say it 17 times a day at least. Yeah? Surah Al-Fatihah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Alhamdulillah. 17 times. It's so important. And I took this course on terjemah Al-Fatihah. It was a 17-hour video non-stop. No, 18-hour video non-stop. The first 3 hours is just on Alhamdulillah. It's so important. It can be elaborated and stressed upon so much. I think the first 3 hours is just Alhamdulillah. Wow. And try to look for terjemah Al-Fatihah. I think that will be great. And okay, all right. So I have to go change the diaper. And to the sisters yang joining for NakJodoh BFF Sunday coaching tomorrow, I will send the link. I think latest by tomorrow 7 a.m. Okay, that's the Sunday coaching. Inshallah, tomorrow we'll cover things like, you know, how to manage your fear. You cannot completely overcome fear, but you can manage it and tell it to shut up. All right. So in order for you to macam fear things like tak trust lelaki, tak trust diri, takut kecundang lagi, takut diri tak mencukupi, takut macam-macam jenis takut. We'll discuss that. We've discussed that tomorrow. We've discussed that last week. what the types of fear. Tomorrow we'll learn to understand and how to navigate around that fear. All right. So sisters yang joined me last week, I'll send you the link latest tomorrow by 7 a.m. Siapa-siapa yang nak join, WhatsApp to me. My number is this. Let me put this my number. My number is 601-123-899-897, and see the hashtag NakJodoh 2021 if you want to join tomorrow. Okay. All right. So diaper duty calls. I have to make leave. Thank you so much. I hope you've benefited. Tomorrow night, tomorrow morning ada with a closed group. It's just on Zoom. It's private. Just a few sisters which I help overcome their concerns and their fears in order for them to move forward. Okay. And tomorrow night, macam biasa, insyaAllah pukul 9, we'll discuss more on what men want. Okay. More details, more elaborated. So you faham kepala otak lelaki ni macam mana. You think men are simple? Yes and no. Men pun complicated juga, tapi men pun can be simpletons juga. Alright? Trust me, I'm a man. Okay, so thank you so much. Jazakumullah khairan kathira, and I hope you benefited. Sebelum saya undur diri, jom kita doa dulu. Homework. I know this is a difficult homework. Is tulis surat cinta to yourself. You don't have to send it to me. I know this is extremely private. But tulis surat cinta to yourself ni is something extremely honest that you have to write to yourself. You don't have to send to me if you're not comfortable, okay? But it would help if I understand where you're coming from. A bit of warning. To write surat cinta to yourself, apparently it's difficult. It brings out some old trauma that you will rasa macam luka lama terbuka kembali, that kind of thing. But when you put it on paper, when you write it down and address it as someone older and more mature and wiser, it will actually help the healing better. Kalau tidak dulu, you just try to lupakan and just put a bandage on it and forget about it, kan? But as someone who's older and wiser, you'll be able to properly stitch that wound, the old trauma lama, better, insyaAllah. Okay, but with the right tools and knowledge and guidance lah, insyaAllah. Okay, so a bit of warning, that's a warning, but it will make you stronger, insyaAllah. Alright, so tomorrow night we sambung topic what men want, and if you're curious, if you feel you benefited from this, please tell your friends. You don't have to ask for my permission. Sama ada boleh tak you share ni ilmu ni dengan your friends. I haruskan you, wajibkan you kongsi ilmu ni yang you belajar with your friends. Kan? Yang I belajar ni semua based on Quran Sunnah and from my experience as a matchmaker. Okay? So, I nak you kahwin sebab I nak bina generasi yang soleh dan solehah yang mendoakan jannah pada ibu bapa mereka dengan menjodohkan ibu bapa mereka dengan taaruf yang halal. That's the vision. Okay? So, sebelum saya undur diri, jom kita doa Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dan lepas ni type amin. Ya Allah, aku minta pasangan yang menjadi menantu yang baik pada ibu bapaku, yang disayangimu untuk mendapat keredaan-Mu, berganding bahu bersama ke jannah-Mu, ya Allah. Amin. Type amin. Kita aminkan doa sama sendiri. Alright, so NakJodoh BFF sisters, I'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. I will send you the Zoom link nanti. And everyone else yang tak nak join, up to you. Free je, kan? I'll see you tomorrow night, insyaAllah, 9 malam. Same topic, but elaborated. What men want. Laki nak apa sebenarnya, kan? Apa kau nak? Alright, so thank you for joining. Thank you for your amin. Alright, and see you tomorrow. Assalamualaikum. Ingat, moto kita cinta diri, cinta mari. Bye. Assalamualaikum.